and they'd come down. And then it got on a regular basis. Reg, another 2 tickets, please, on the door. We're coming down tonight.
You're making me pay for it.
And then John came along, and we had a few good chats, and I could see straight away he was the sort of bloke that we needed on board at Stafford Rangers. If not for all his money, also for his passion. I could see he was very passionate and didn't realise how passionate he was about Stafford Rangers. Not only that, he was very passionate about wanting to get the children involved at Stafford Rangers. I'll never forget him saying, "Reg, I believe the children are a future. Teach them well, and they will lead the way." And I thought, bloody hell, he's into it and useful as well. So anyway, John came on board, and after probably 6 months, we had a situation. Do you hear the way the music comes on and then it cuts out when I talk? That's good, isn't it? We used to have a chairman every couple of years. I know John Downing was probably one of the longest serving chairmen that was here. Unfortunately, John's not here tonight because I believe he's not too well, so let's all wish John a speedy recovery. Anyway, going back to John, I asked John if he'd come on board. He came on board, and it wasn't long before I saw the potential in him as a chairman. I also saw the potential in another young lady. Where is she? Where's Carol? Carol, there she is. Carol's our vice chair lady. So the pecking order is sort of John chairman, Carol vice chairman, and me with the big mouth. So, but basically, like I said, when John came on board, I saw the passion, and I knew that Stafford Rangers were going to start to come to the board. Straight away, we've had a lot of stick, I can tell you, a lot of grief about the changes we have made, but we felt we had to make the changes for Stafford Rangers to progress. We had a situation like with the kitchen that used to be the Legend Suite, and that's just gone out, it's still on. The Legend Suite, unfortunately, it didn't really do a lot, and I've always said we needed some in-house catering here, and we looked around and thought, well, who can we get for the in-house catering? We wanted somebody with a bit of flair, a bit of thinking that she can get all these rooms full. We turned to Lisa Perry there. Lisa's been in the catering industry for some time now. She's the one on canapes tonight. When she told me she was having canapes, I thought, is it going to rain? And then I realised it was these little bits of things on trays, which are very nice. Anyway, going back to John, this used to be a snooker room. Just going off a bit, the Legend Suite was took over by the Staffords. They have a monthly meeting here, and these are the Stafford lads here. What's happened to them? Gone off again. Just got in there.
We'll hear your voice, Reg. We can hear you, Reg.
Oh, that's it, it's come back on now. The Staffords used to be in the Legend Suite. They used to book it every month. They come down here, they get as drunk as lords, and spend lots and lots of money down here. And we're glad to have them. And what we did promise them, when they went, when they heard we were going to take that and turn the Legend Suite into a kitchen, they were concerned, well, where are we going to go? So we made a promise, and I think we stuck by a promise. We said they could have this room for their monthly meeting, as long as they come down and spend and maybe have a couple of do's here. And we'd let them put some of their memorabilia up here, which I think we're all proud of. I'm very proud of the fact that we've got things like this here. My son-in-law, Marcel, is over there. He's actually in the forces himself. He's just come back from Canada. He's done all his... Yeah, well, I am going to mention that. But he's been all over the world. He's been in some nasty places. Well, I've been on edge while he's been away, but great to see him back. Going back to John now. Like I said, we both got together in here and thought this will make a good sponsors lounge. On corporate days, you know, we can now give hot meals, we can do sandwiches for the cheaper ones. But the hot meals are lovely here now, and on a Saturday, it's absolutely, the atmosphere is unbelievable here. And what I feel we're starting to get together now, is we're starting to get a team here, and that's thanks to Nick. Where is he? No, Nick Amos and Neil. I've said it the other way around, see, so I'm giving you a bit of pecking order here. But Neil's actually our manager there. He's got the two biggest dummy spitters tonight that have come here, in Christian and Levi. And when they're on the bench, they moan like mad. But unfortunately, they're building a squad now, whereas we've got that many players, and unfortunately, somebody has to be let down. Levi, the first time, I've never seen him so fit. He's actually done a lot of training this pre-season. I've seen him running the streets, and so hopefully he'll get in a little bit more. Christian, of course, on Saturday scored a couple of goals, but so did Nick the week before, and Nick got dropped, so I think you might be sitting on the bench. But anyway, a big thank you to everybody that supported this tonight and come here. Because without your support, without the sponsor support, without the fan support, we wouldn't have a Stafford Rangers. There's a lot of people that are sort of unsung heroes here that help out as volunteers on match days. We've got people like, we've got Roy Sales here, who is like, he's front of house on the day that he gives out all the tickets to the directors, the away directors. Met Roy probably 5 years ago, wasn't it, Roy? I was actually, I think it was Doc, where was it, where was that? Droylsden. And the fans were actually singing at the top of their hearts, sack the board, sack the board, sack the board. And who was at the front singing sack the board? Was our Roy here. And I saw the potential in him, so I thought, let's get him on board. So we got Roy on board, and he's been brilliant. The bar staff are all fantastic here. They're always happy. We've got Emma here, who comes and cleans the place for us. She's here regular every morning. We've got Pauline, who's there. She's sort of the director of the social club now, and she's running things. Because at the moment our steward's off at the moment. He's off through Ill. And we've got a bloke in here that was actually an On the Buses fan. And basically, he's looking over there, but he's been very lucky that Blakey has left his suit to him. And that's Pete there, look. It's a Boston suit, Pete. Where's it come from? Where's it come from? New Orleans. He actually had a trip to New Orleans not so long ago. And he's come back in a lovely suit, and we'd love to see it on match days. If you look over there by the sports hall, we've got a little hut now it's a little black thing on wheels, and we're going to turn that into a sin bin. Basically, we're going to put somebody in there to sell programmes on match days, but if you see them in there, you'll know it's a punishment. I mean, the team have punishments in the dressing room. I mean, I've walked in the dressing room, they've set me up many a time, rang me phone, it's a £5 fine. And basically what they do is they all collect money throughout the year, and then they have their end of year do where I think they went to Liverpool, was it, last year, Neil? And they go and have a bit of fun there. So if you're here on a Saturday and you see somebody in the sin bin, there was somebody that was already elected for the sin bin, and that's Roy. But he decided to pay £100 in the pot not to go into the sin bin, because what it was, we needed chairs for this room and we were struggling. So again, John Bromley thought a lot of people, somebody hasn't switched the phone off, but there you go, etiquette is called. Like I say, we needed these chairs, so John, within a day, I think raised, was it £1,100, John? He went around everybody and sort of said, would you donate please towards the chairs? But going back again to this room that was a snooker room, and we decided to call it the Chairman's Suite. We were in here, I think one afternoon, Harry was in here. Harry's there on match days, he's normally collecting the money. Ken's there, normally turns up to watch the game, wouldn't you, Ken? and Ken sells a bit of sponsorship too. But there's so much gone on. As you can see, we've had a new pitch laid. That a lot of that has got to say, I've got to put that down to Gareth. Is Gareth here? Where's Gareth? There's Gareth. Gareth's from the FA, and basically where we get the chance of getting grants. Mike Fisher on there, who is here, who's put these televisions, lovely televisions up for us, and Gareth and John had a meeting, and they managed to get the funding. I think with what we've paid, it must be about 30 grand's worth of pitch out there, you know, but Gareth has got half of that money for us, so a big hand and a big thank you. Eventually we're going to go through every room here and we're going to make it to this sort of standard, so we can go. You've always got a wedding down here and a wedding up there. I was at a wedding down here, but I think what we need, that was my own, that's right. Been married 40 years this year, so I haven't done bad. And what we want to do eventually is get more wedding functions in here, because now we've got our in-house catering, who is obviously Lisa. She's going to promote that. So we're looking at her, and we're going to be putting pressure on her as we do the manager to get these rooms full. But unfortunately, what we have got is we've got a situation where we've got, I haven't forgot Robbie, Carol. Carol's just come up there and said, Robbie. I'll go to Robbie here. You know what I'm like, Carol. Anyway, as you can see, the car park is in one hell of a state. And there's an £80,000 job there for us to do. At some stage, we might be coming to some sponsors saying, look, is there any chance of a couple of £1,000? Even if it's a loan, we'll borrow it as long as you only charge £100 a year to pay it back. We don't mind that. But we just think that doing the car park would really transform the place. So, again, going back to this chairman's suite, actually, you look round it, if you look round at all the panelling, you look round at all the walling, you look at the bar, you look at all the work gone into it, single-handedly, virtually, John Bromley is the man that has done this. His wife says, where are you? He said, I'm only 10 minutes down the club. He actually comes down here, he's been coming down here at 5 o'clock in the morning, most mornings, working to do what he could. Then he'd have to whip home, get the missus, take her out, and she's a lovely, lovely lady. She stands by him, his daughter, his family are a lovely family, and they support him. I know they must do, but he has put so much work into this project here. It's virtually, you lads will know, virtually single-handed. And we were in here one afternoon and said, what we're going to call this? We were looking at doing it on an army thing, you know, whether we call it the Beacon Bar or something like that. And it was Harry that actually turned around and said, do you know what we ought to call this? He's done all the bloody work, the chairman's suite. And straight away, I said, definitely. So John, I've got to say, a big hand to you. You're the bloke, I think, that will take this club forward. Not through the millions you've got as well, because he's a secret millionaire. And so quite fishery. These are two boys behind the scenes. Look at the face. But he is. He's a very quiet man, is John. He's not like me. But I think that's why we get on. He'll get me to say a few things, and we do spit of dummies now and again. But he's got a way of calming you down. But he's the nicest man that you could wish to meet. And you're a credit to the club, John. And thanks for all you do. I just want to finish off now. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but thanks to everybody that helps at Stafford Rangers. To the people on the gate, to Dan that does the 50-50. Dave, is Dave in tonight? There's a couple of people in here. We have a phone call once or twice a week. Robbie Mullen will come on the phone, Reg, the pitch is long, it needs cutting. So Robbie will get us together, a group of us together. We've got Alan in here today. I think, where's Alan? There he is. Alan has been a groundsman here for God knows how many years. He's here day and night. He works very, very hard. He used to love it on that tractor and going round, but unfortunately we were told by the people that did the pitch we need to do it more where we collect the grass now, so unfortunately we haven't got the sit-on. We could do with another sit-on mower, but it needs to be one of about 10 or 15 grand, which will be easy for Alan to get on. But he's here marking the lines, he helps us out, he puts the crop circles in the middle of the pitch. If you have a look at the pitch when it's all been mowed, it's always there. Now where's Robbie Mullen? Where is he? Can you give him a shout, Carol? I knew he'd sneak away. Like I say, I'd like to thank the Mayor and his wife tonight for coming and opening Stafford Rangers. Unfortunately, somebody's got to be a Baggies fan. My son-in-law, as I was telling you, is a Baggies fan there. And obviously, the Mayor has told me tonight he's a Baggies fan. That's where it's from.
That was in confidence.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Now, just come into the room. I mean, every time we go away, I always go into the other directors and I always say, can you guess this bloke's age? Come up here a bit, Robbie, please. So we can see him. He ain't the tallest of lads, but I tell you what, if I've got to say, there's another man besides John Bromley that has done so much work here. It's this man here. It's Robbie Mullen. Robbie's done a lot. He's done a lot of painting throughout the ground. He's here. These little places, when you go in the old toilets and you see them all tarted up, Robbie's the one that's been guilty of that, if you like. But he works so hard here. And I always, when we go away, we always say, how old's Robbie? And I always say, come on, a fiver if you can get within a couple of years. And they're all there saying he's 40 or 50. He's actually 64, I think, aren't you, Robbie? He tells me he doesn't do Botox and he doesn't have his hair coloured. Whether he does or not. Kevin Keegan. Neil always calls him Kevin Keegan, yeah. We've got so many, there's such a lot of nice, helping, working folk here now. We've got Diane, here she is, Diane's here. And Sue, I don't know where Sue is. She's over there. Like I say, they're all here on match day, Sue there. And thank you for all your help, because without all you volunteers helping, and without you sponsors that put in money into the club, we wouldn't have a club. That's the way I look at it. Thanks for the Inge here, who's come to do all the photography tonight. He actually works for Penthouse, so he's got to put a load of pictures together with faces, but he manages to undress in photography, so that should be interesting. Spoonie in here tonight. Spoonie's over here. He's the one that he helps us a lot with our communication stuff with the computers and stuff like that, which would cost us an absolute fortune if we got to do it so. What, sorry? Oh yeah, let's not forget the press team. We've got Dave here tonight. Dave, who used to work for the newsletter, and John. They worked there for a lot of years. They put a lot into Stafford Rangers. I believe when they were on board, we seemed to get a little bit better write-up. Well, I think they're shaping up now, the newsletter on. But we've actually now got them on board for us, and they're like our press people now. Inge's here, we're you know, most of the time taking photos along with John, because John can't always make it here and day. But I'd just like to say thank you for coming on board. We do appreciate it. Now I'm waffling on because the Christian's going, so I'm just gonna let John come and say a few words now. He's not a man of many words, he's a quiet man, a shy man, but I'm sure he can take over and say a bit. But once again, thanks to you all for coming, and thanks for everybody that helps out at this club. Just keep it to your lips.
Oh, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for coming tonight. I hope you like the new room, and I hope you'll be an ambassador for the club in trying to get people to have parties, funerals, anything you want here. So you'll be an ambassador for us, I hope, and tell everybody how well the club's doing, with the manager really doing well in the league. We're third now. We're doing well. It's a good start, and that's what we want. We're trying to keep it friendly here, and we'll be the same if you have your birthday or a venue here, a wedding, anything. We'll help you out all we can. I'd like to thank Dan and the Asda crowd. They really look after us. We have all the water we want, for the team, loads of it. We're taking home a bath in it now.
Yeah. Lovely, yeah.
So there's lots of people, I can't go into all of them, but without the volunteers at Rangers it wouldn't exist. It really wouldn't, so I'd like to thank everybody. I don't even know all the names of them yet.
Well, you should do, John, as the chairman. People say a bit were like Milliken and Nesbitt, don't they?
Yeah, good cop, bad cop. So I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. It's been a real pleasure to... But we haven't finished yet. You've got to spend some money behind the bar, we need it. And we're doing a raffle and a few things, and I'll be coming to contribute you a bit of money. So thank you very much, all of you. Well done. Can I just finish off now with Lisa Penny, who will tell you a little bit about the functions and what we're going to be doing here in the future. Lisa, please.
Now you probably can. Press the button, please. Carry on.
What for?
You don't have to, but just keep it to your lips.
Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to see all of you. I hope you've enjoyed the canapes. For our chefs in the kitchen slogging his guts out. Right, what we're doing here, corporate days, what I'd like to do. I'd like to sell tables of 10. There's 2 different packages. One is £250, and for that £250 you get either 5 bottles of wine or 30 bottles of bud, then your sandwiches and your hot nibbles at half time. What I really want to sell, and what I really want you to buy, is a table of 10 for £450, where you'll get a hot starter, a hot main course, something like a lamb shank, beef Wellington, something really nice. Then at half time you'll get a cheese board with a bottle of port. Again, 5 bottles of wine or 30 bottles of bud. So I really want help with all these lovely sponsors out there. So I'd like to have 60 people sat down every home game, because I think it will create a great atmosphere. I will be doing different deals as the season progresses. Hot meals for people if they want to come in and just have a hot meal before the game starts. And again, we just got to see how the room is booked out. But again, all your help and support would be really good. What I want to do tonight, hopefully everyone's got a business card on them of some sort. Because if you have, I'd like to put it in a bowl, not your keys, just the business card. And I'd like the mayor to pull. So has anyone got a business card with them? For a table of 10, £450, free of charge, complimentary tonight if your ticket gets pulled. No one got a business card with them? Useless. Right, Millie, can you just go around and collect business cards for anyone, please, or Gemma? Just give Millie, 2 young girls, so then whoever... If I go and get a notepad, if you would like to, if we get some paper there, so then we can write the name of the business. All I want is your contact details and an email number. That'd be great. So I'll go around with the pad, and if you'd like to write your details down, then before the mayor goes, he'll pull a ticket. Anyway, thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.